Cotman, Crawford, and the Jersey Guy podcast.
Hey everybody, Kenny Cotman.
Lewis Crawford.
And I'm Tom Ramage, the Jersey Guy.
Hello again, my friends. How you do today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent.
Hello, everyone.
Pretty good.
You good?
Welcome to our podcast.
Yes. Welcome, one and all. Hello. Did that sound creepy?
Yeah, you are creepy.
Yeah, that's because of the topic.
No, but now you're creepy.
Oh, now I'm creepy. What are you saying? Tell us, Lou, what's today's topic?
Well, this is the month of October. So there's only one thing we should be talking about right now. And it's
Spooky season.
Halloween is here.
Spooky season.
Okay, this is Tom's holiday.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we officially
before we get started,
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on before we get on to the topic.
Yeah.
What's going on with your son? What are you doing?
So we this past weekend, we did our normal thing where we do all the we have the animatronics, we have inflatables, we decorate the house. Yeah.
All right.
And he's like, can we do it early? Can we do it? He keeps asking me to do it early. I'm like, no, because you know why? Because if I start it earlier, those inflatables, they sit too long on the grass, they leave like bald spots.
Oh, right, yeah.
Kills the grass.
That's true.
I can't leave it too. So I'm like, 1 month he's got like, so the first weekend in October, that's when we, So, but anyway, so we do that and he loves it. But you know what? We actually, the unofficial start of Halloween season is as soon as Spirit Halloween opens up.
Right, of course.
So August is like our unofficial start.
Absolutely.
I thought you were going to say the official Halloween season is like, and give me the whole moon and the stars and shit.
As soon as Spirit Halloween opens up and you find out where it is.
That's great, Tom.
I'm going.
You got me, bro.
Tanya and I did the same thing. We went. She was just there tonight, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah?
I went before I got on. We did the podcast. I was talking to her. She was in Middletown. She's like,
yeah. I got that. I got
Halloween.
I got a mask for work.
Nice.
So that I could dress for Halloween for my people who's at work. That's funny. I'll probably wear it here, matter of fact, because we got another episode or two before.
Yeah, we're gonna do it all.
We're
gonna leave everything in place for the month and everything. So
yeah.
So the topic is classic Halloween movies.
Yep. So now we know we've done this before, and I don't know. We basically have gotten to a lot of them.
We've done some horror movie stuff.
Yeah,
right.
But it's Halloween, so I mean,
we can revisit it.
Now,
just keep coming back to it.
Now we're gonna do because what's that channel? AMC. They do a Halloween. They do a horror movie countdown. They do like the top 100 horror flicks. So you never seen that?
No, but
you
know
either?
what?
Oh, it's fucking great.
You know what's a good nostalgic thing for me? Because when I was a kid, we used to, in like middle school age, we WPIX channel 11.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
They used to do Shocktober.
Yeah.
We used to talk, like it was funny. I remember waiting online in the morning in school, and we would be like, I remember the one day like Creepshow came on, and we were all like going, "Thanks for the ride, lady."
Yeah.
Remember we kept saying that.
Yeah.
We just all walked up to each other doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking about that was like everybody was watching that. It's funny too. I found on YouTube they have the bumpers for it where like the old commercials for Shocktober.
Oh yeah.
You can look it up. You're like, it brings it back. It's the narrator and hearing his voice.
Yeah, man, that was the greatest
I saw when
shit.
HBO had that on.
Yeah.
What was it? Was the HBO one?
What
with the skeleton?
Oh,
everything.
Creepshow.
Oh no, you're talking Tales from the Crypt.
Tales. That wasn't HBO.
Yes, it was.
That was HBO.
Loved Tales.
But I thought Tales from the Crypt was a regular TV show.
No, it was on HBO.
It was on HBO. I think they did air reruns for.
Yeah,
I think
later
Fox
on.
picked that
That's where. That's where it was. I'm pretty sure it was. We can look it up, of course.
Yeah. That song alone was like watching that shit in the middle of the night, like everything moving, like. Yeah, looking at
the previous thing for me is the old school at late at night horror movie with the hand.
Oh yeah, Chiller Thriller.
And
Theater.
the hand had
6 fingers.
6 or 7 fingers, right?
Was it? Yeah, it was a bunch of fingers. Yeah,
and it was. And there would be letters, and it would grab the letters.
Yeah, and put them back underneath.
Throw them back underneath.
Yeah.
It was the creepiest fucking thing.
Yeah.
You would watch when you were a kid seeing that, man.
It was great.
Demented.
I want to talk
It was
about Tales
demented.
from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt.
I want to talk about that a little bit. That was a good show.
Yeah.
There was a couple of good stories on that.
And you know what I liked about it? It was an anthology series.
Right.
It was just a different story. It was, it's kind of like Twilight Zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the Twilight Zone of horror.
Of horror. Yeah.
Yes.
It was just so good. The one episode. You know, what was one of my favorite episodes was the one with the old guy and he's trying to hit on this young girl and he goes to a plastic surgeon, this crazy plastic surgeon that's like a Frankenstein type. He's like, well, I'll take Hans here and put his face on yours. And like, he's like, oh, you like me now? She's like, oh, you're creepy. And he's like, and then they switch Hans's, torso and she's like, oh, but look, oh my God, look at your legs. He's still got old man legs. And he
does everything.
He goes broke, and he never wants to tell the girl that he's wealthy. I just want her to like me for my personality. I don't want her to take it for my money. So he spends all his money to look like Hans, and fucking Hans has the money now. And she's with Hans. She's like, well, he's so she went after the old guy anyway.
Bro, I never saw that.
That was very Twilight Zone like.
Dude, I would have choked the hell out of her with Hans's body.
See, because he had the money.
Yeah. Little shit.
Wow.
That's great, man. I don't remember a lot of the episodes like that, but yeah, man, I loved it. Like I said, I know the movie.
What about the one where the guy, and I think you showed me this one, it's where the guy, he meets this girl, it's Halloween, and she's got this crazy mask on, and he goes back to her place, and she winds up it's actually her face, and she winds up stealing his face, I think, right?
Was that Tales from the Crypt, or was that?
I thought that was Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah, I think it was, or it was one of those HBO shows.
Right.
I don't know if it was, but yeah, she had it was like, oh, we're gonna keep it a secret. We're not gonna tell each other our names. We're gonna tell anything. And she's like wearing this mask and but she's like a nymphomaniac.
Yeah.
And to the point where he's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and he goes and he's like joking, like, no, we kept the promise. Because he took off his mask. She got all pissed. He went to the bathroom. There's all kinds of medication, but all her names ripped off of everything. It was so weird.
Really weird.
He went to go rip her mask off and her face started bleeding.
Oh,
she started laughing.
Dude.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Yeah, you see, dude. Yeah, it's them one night stands that be getting you.
It's not
That's
good.
crazy.
That was a good one.
Yeah, no, I can't say I remember. I remember the movie, like the Creepshow movie and the Tales from the Crypt, stuff like that. Like the movies.
Stuff.
Yeah, those are pretty good because now the new anthology thing is American Horror Story.
Oh yes.
Yeah, have you seen those?
So that's just
That's more like a It's
this-
not well. I guess it's an anthology series, right?
Right,
Where it's
it's
like
seasons.
series, yeah.
Because each season is a different story.
Yeah,
None of them have to do with anything with the one before.
And some of them are now famous, more famous stories.
Yeah, yeah.
But, what was I going to say? It had something to do with
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales. You know what was originally supposed to be an anthology, but they screwed up. It's the Halloween movies.
Oh, really?
The Halloween. Oh, yeah.
That's why Halloween. If Halloween 2 didn't exist, Halloween 3 people would have been like, oh, okay, it's a different movie. And
Right.
So because what they did was they did Halloween 2 and that continued the Michael Myers story.
Yeah.
And then they
when
did 3.
and then they did 3 with a different story with the mask.
Yeah.
And by
I
the
thought
way,
that sucked.
Which was
that movie, really, I think
didn't
it's
like-
underrated.
Well, so here's the thing.
I thought the
If
movie
it wasn't
was
called Halloween, I think it would be good.
Fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough.
Right.
Yes, because I was looking for that.
Yeah, you're looking for the Michael Myers. Like, what the
Yeah, I
what's
don't know.
going
Who the
on
hell
here,
is
you
this?
know?
Yeah. It was a good story. I didn't like that they called
And the
it.
synth wave they use is so creepy.
Dude, it was wild because now, and you know
now
what's
is
funny?
churches,
Yeah,
snakes
because
and all
now
that
I
stuff.
look at everything. Like I look at all the stuff. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
could this be? Could that be? Because then,
my God,
fast forward.
please.
But I'm gonna tell you why they're funny. Because if we change up the kind of movie altogether, there was a movie called The Kingsman. And the bad guy in the movie was Sammy L. And he gave everybody free cell phones. And there was a certain frequency that went through the cell phone that made everybody fight and beat each other up. So that's what I'm saying. So now the old Halloween,
Gotcha.
the Halloween movie, I'm like, oh, hey, could that be for real? Could it really happen? I'm just saying. But it was good though. Like I said, it was a good story if they didn't call it,
Right.
if it wasn't named Halloween.
Well, what movie would you think of when you think of Halloween? You're going to always think of Halloween, the very first one, right?
Yeah, Michael Myers.
Right, Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to think of that, for Halloween, because the first thing you probably had Halloween, what you think of Halloween.
Yeah, you see, I think
you
Freddy,
know?
I mean, I think
but I have other movies in my head.
Yeah,
of course,
well,
too,
I mean,
you know.
as far as Halloween, I'm on Friday the 13th.
That's a classic, though.
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm saying.
where I'm at. Yeah,
Friday 13th, the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Do you know what I liked about the Nightmare on Elm Street movies is they were always so creative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they would take like you had your slasher, but the difference is that this slasher always talked. Every slasher movie, I feel like it's always a mute. They never talk at all. You know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
You got
Those
Michael
movies were
Myers,
creepy, man.
You know, the Friday 13th movies. None of them talk. But Freddy talked, and he not only did talk, he taunted the shit out of you.
Freddy Krueger?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah,
But he was a dream world.
He was Joker, and he was a little bit of a Joker too. There was a little bit of humor put in there.
Right.
You know, he'd
And
say
those
like
freaking nails. He's like,
Yeah, dude, that first
God.
one. I think the first one is probably the
the
scariest.
knives, nails,
The,
something.
the blades on his finger.
You know what? One creeped me out the most. It just because it was also nightmare fodder. You know what I mean? Is like the one where like. He's like his arms pull off and he's got like he turns into a cockroach and then Freddy just squishes the thing. And
Yeah.
Oh,
that Dream Warriors? I think that was Dream Warriors. Yeah, with all the kids all like they were all connected and they were in the psych hospital. Yeah. I think that was that one. Listen, well, so now I was asking earlier, we all know the slasher movies to be like the horror, you know. And I remember AMC, they do a top 100, and one of the top 10 was a movie I didn't even think about, but it was Clockwork Orange.
Oh, Clockwork Orange was a demented movie.
But was it more like psycho thriller, or would that be considered? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was
definitely
horror.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It was
like they called it
thriller,
horror.
but
Yeah.
He
It was
played that
insane,
part.
dude. I know, right? Even looking at them, when you watch people,
him,
like that's probably one of the coolest things.
Giant like sculpture dildo.
Yeah, bro. Listen, that movie is one of those like if that's a costume to wear that people like, huh? Like that would like throw people off. Like whoa.
Oh, it's funny that you should bring that up. So, real quick sidebar. So, my wife is making signs for this Halloween thing they're going to be doing for the for the community, right? So I'm like, oh, you got to make me a sign. She's like, oh, I said, you got to put this sign up. She's like, what? I'm like, laces out. In red paint.
I remember because me and you used to joke around about that at work all the time. I don't know why I used to do that all the time. I bring up old movies all the time.
But
like,
that is a hard.
Laces out.
Laces out, right?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
they're little footballs.
Yes. Yes. That's tell everybody what the movie is.
Ace Ventura,
There
of course.
you go. There you
Dan
go.
Marino should
laces out.
That's
Dan.
great. Yeah. Dude, that's funny.
die gonorrhea and rotten hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
But unfortunately, that's a Halloween thing because of the music they play in that part. So I'm like, and it looks cool. Laces out. And if you do it in the same letters that you do paint and everything, she's like, you're crazy. I said, just
do it. Somebody will get it.
Somebody will get it.
Yeah,
Trust me.
somebody will get it.
They'll pick it up right
There's a lot
away.
more Ace Ventura fans than you think.
Oh,
But that
please,
is freaking hilarious, man.
Yeah.
That is funny. What's one of your good ones, bro?
Well, listen, here's another one, right? 1973. All right? It was not just about scares. It was about storytelling and the way it taps into the deep psychological fears. The Exorcist was one of the first horror movies to get a serious Oscar attention, making a must-see for anyone who loves classic horror. Let me tell you something. I've seen that movie, man.
Yeah.
Which one?
Exorcist.
The original.
Linda Blair.
The original.
Yeah. Now, did you see when they remastered it?
And they put the other parts in when
that
she's
she was walking like the stairs like backwards and shit.
Oh,
yeah.
snap.
And that was
They should have left that in. They should have left that in.
Yeah, well,
people would be talking about that scene more than the vomit.
yeah.
They would be like, that would have scared the shit.
Yeah, now you know.
I don't know why they didn't put that. They were probably worried that back then that would have scared people worse.
Yeah.
Maybe they were worried about it. Maybe they were like, maybe that's a little too far.
Much. That's too much. And then, years later,
They're like,
well,
well, we could have.
Yeah, not so bad. No.
And they could have been the one to set the standard too.
Yeah, word. Yeah, well, they did, bro. They did because think of all the things
Well, they
that she
still
did
did
as
with that
possessed.
movie,
Yeah.
Can you imagine with that?
Oh, dude, it would have
Oh,
been
my God.
freaking bananas, dude. Bananas.
Because the vomit scene would be anywhere as close to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because that would be scary as shit.
Yeah,
that movie was scary.
Well,
man.
even too. I mean, listen. Just the idea of being possessed and her just levitating over the bed like that. You know what I'm saying? That right there was like that. What the living? Yeah, the head turning. What was the other thing, bro? Yeah. No, listen. That movie.
And just turns into it when she turns to him and she starts talking to him
in his mom's voice.
His mom's voice.
Yeah.
And it's
And the craziest,
he did.
The craziest shit she would say though.
Yeah. Remember when she was
man.
first, she was like, "Oh, you know you want me,"
Right.
and then she took the crucifix
mother
and she stabbed it on
fucking
goose.
knows,
Yeah,
yeah.
fuck me. I was like, what the hell? I love this shit. Now you know what the funny? I'm gonna tell you the crazy shit because I watched that movie, so of course I didn't see it in '73. Yeah, remember that shit, dude?
Oh my god!
I watched that movie, so I didn't see it, of course, in '73 because I was like 2 years old when the shit came out. You know.
Yeah.
But I watched it, in my early teens, and I watched it on HBO, sitting on the floor of my godmother's house, ready, eating a bowl of spaghetti. I watched the whole flick just eating a bowl of spaghetti,
it, man.
and I was sitting there, and I was like, yeah.
I remember my cousin John telling me the story of the movie, and I remember when he would. I was little. My cousin John was already like a teenager.
Right.
And I was like a little kid. And he was telling me Exorcist. They would babysit us and everything. So he would talk to us, and I would want him to tell me because I wanted to know. Because I was even then when I was young, I was interested in that stuff. It was crazy stuff. So him just telling me the story, and then when I actually saw the movie, it was like, oh, he did a good job.
Yeah.
It was like, all right,
That's freaking
yeah,
hilarious,
no, it was great,
bro.
man.
And speaking Kubrick, you know what my favorite horror movie is?
Alien.
Shining.
Oh, The Shining.
Shining.
Yes.
That's,
Oh yeah,
psychological
absolutely.
horror.
Yeah.
Hands
movie,
down, man.
And there's things
My
that
wife hates that.
She
I go, honey, your favorite movie's
I
on?
know. I've been trying to get Tara
Love
to
you.
watch it. She's never seen it.
But go ahead.
My favorite thing about that movie is that you can go back to that movie and it's still fucking good. And not only that is it good, there's things that you pick up that you didn't reflect.
You didn't see
Like
before.
the scene when he's riding the tricycle before he sees
Not
the
a
twins.
tricycle, my friend.
Right.
Oh, the big wheel.
It's a big
wheel. The big wheel.
Was it big? Oh, the twins were on the
yeah, it's the
tricycles.
big wheel.
Right.
But he's riding the big wheel, and if you follow where he's going, he should be back in the main lobby, and he's not.
That's right.
It's all disorienting where he
Oh.
is, and I never
paid no mind to that.
Yeah. And then he sees and they're actually not the Grady sisters. They're not twins. They look like twins. They're actually, in the story, they're 2 years apart.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Didn't know that.
But they're Irish twins. But yeah, they're like 2 years apart. Or
Yo,
a year
dude,
apart.
those chicks right there, that alone, bro. Them
I'm
two little
out.
kids. Listen.
And if you look at them now, you look at them, you go, oh wait, they're not twins.
Yeah.
Look at them, they look slightly different.
Yeah.
Listen, when they're older, they actually have a picture of them now. They're old ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that recently.
So it's pretty crazy. You
Yeah,
know?
that's
that
insane.
movie was off the hook because he just snaps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just.
But the hotel's also haunted.
Right.
There's
Right.
Like a,
Right.
like this
It was
evil-
possessed.
You know what's
Yeah.
the creepiest scene in one of that creepy scene when she goes out the room and she sees the people in the animal costumes. And there's a guy one's laying on the bed and the other one's on his knees.
Listen.
And he gets and
Dude.
they look.
And
I'm like,
looks like
what?
he was
the?
giving another one like
Yeah.
a BJ.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it was.
Man.
It's a twisted.
It's
movie.
twisted.
Listen,
It's very.
that shit is
it's
insane, bro.
psychological horror.
You're in hell,
Super
man.
crazy.
You're in
I
hell.
think that's what it is. Like there's like a gateway to hell.
Yeah.
And like
This
you
is-
said,
yeah.
possessed by
Now,
Welcome to this room.
yeah. Now, but would you go visit?
Is that hotel right?
Yes.
It is,
Yeah. It's a real hotel,
So
but
when I go
it's not
visit, What do you
haunted.
mean, just to go there for the day and then I can leave? is
No,
what
no.
you're
Well,
saying.
it's not. If I remember correctly, the place is not haunted. It was just because that's where
he
what's his
did it
name
that way.
did
he
when.
wrote.
It'd still be creepy as shit.
Oh
so-
yeah,
So when he wrote that story, he was in two different places.
right.
He first was up here
Yes,
in
Mohonk.
Mountain.
I did
Yep.
not know
He
that.
wrote
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's where he got this ride for. Is if you ever actually drove to the hotel, it's a long, windy road.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so that he describes that in the book in the story,
Right.
The long, windy road, and
Right.
so that's from that. But then he spent the second half writing the book in that place in
the other
Colorado,
right
or whatever it is.
now because you could go there, you could stay there. I said the place isn't haunted.
Right, of course.
Have you ever been to Mohonk? Either one of you guys?
Yeah, I've been.
You've been inside? Have you been inside of
yeah,
it?
well, actually,
Listen,
spent the night there. It was expensive,
dude, that place looks fucking scary as hell.
sure.
Like just from the
How old is
outside.
that place? It's gotta
Oh,
be-
dude,
And I was there in the winter too.
What, bro? Listen,
What?
he went there in the winter. He
winter
spent the
time.
night in the winter. Listen, Mohonk Mountain. Listen, it's gorgeous. If anybody
beautiful
out
up
there,
there. There's nice
Mohonk
trails and
Mountain is
everything out
beautiful.
there,
Yo, it's awesome. They got the guided tours and like you said off the trails and stuff.
Right.
It's gorgeous. But when you stop and you're looking at the hotel sitting off the on the water like that, man, it kind of like. it almost sends a chill down your spine. They have no TVs in there, so you hear everything that's going on. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? Yeah, that's right. There's
Yeah.
You know what? And they also filmed that show on Amazon Prime, the one where
Reboot
or was it
no,
Reboot or
it's a TV show. Upload, yep, Upload was there,
That's
and
where-
Robin Williams movie was there that he was the doctor. Is it Patch Adams the name of it? I think it was that he was
Patch
sitting.
Adams.
I think that's the one that they filmed there at Mohonk. Also, there's a bunch of stuff that has
Was it
been going
really?
on with
I
it.
didn't know that.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's gone up, that happened there, but.
But yeah, man,
Listen,
Shining though, man.
The Shining is
definitely one of those
serious.
movies.
It's serious.
Absolutely.
That movie is still scary to this
Yeah,
day.
it is.
It's not the kind of scary where you're like, oh, that guy's gonna get me. You're just like
That's what I'm saying, bro.
looking around. Is blood gonna start coming out?
Yeah,
of
they're
the
just on
elevator?
yeah, exactly.
Or there's someone in your tub
Yeah,
who has to look,
Red rum.
Red rum.
yes, she's
Dude.
gonna start going red.
Yeah. That's insane, dude. Listen, but that's what I'm saying. So then that would be, I'm going to say that would be more of a psychological thriller because it wasn't like a slasher. It was just messing with your mind. You know what I mean?
I feel like there's
I'm gonna
that's a
bash your
craft.
fucking brains.
yeah.
That's basically what he said.
But I feel like making a slasher film, and not slasher, psychological horror requires a lot of craft.
Yeah,
You
man.
ever see
Because
you ever see behind
a slasher just got the guy to chase you. And, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, like that's
Yep.
it's a lot more.
Do you ever
work
see
to
behind
write
the
that.
scenes of when they're getting ready before they do the scene for that particular movie? Like the one where he puts the axe through the door?
Yeah.
They show what he's doing before he does the scene. He's getting himself all he's
Really?
Trying to get crazy.
getting himself all, pumped up, getting ready to grow, like getting his blood,
Yeah.
he's getting the juices going. You can
Yeah.
see him get prepping.
Yeah.
So when it gets to the scene, and then you're like, wow.
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, man.
getting that mindset, but you're only acting. But man, when you watch it, you're like, wow, that is some scary
And
shit.
and I'll even say like so with Mike Myers and the Jason Voorhees and even the Freddy Krueger.
The
you
Friday
know,
the 13th.
The Friday 13th
was the first movie was a good movie.
yeah, but then what I was gonna say was that
the
they
whole
started
thing
to get
jumping out of the water and
right, but they started to get, I guess, after like the third, fourth one, they got funny. Because then he was doing like different
it was
shit in
stupid.
it.
It was just.
Because like I don't remember which number. I think it was Friday the 13th, and Jason. They turn around and he gets up on these kids and they're camping or whatever, and he got the one girl that ended up staying in the sleeping bag. He picks it up, he swings it, and he starts beating it against the
best.
freaking. But it was funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a scary like,
just-
oh my god, what happened?
Well,
just
in
so
one
wrong,
scene, he
man.
also randomly, Jason Voorhees, they never explain where he got it from. He's just holding a fucking Quan Dao.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
That
Yeah.
Chinese weapon.
Right.
Where it come from?
Yeah.
No one knows.
Nobody saw it. He just poof.
It just
was in his
randomly
head.
had it.
Just
It's
right
like the
there.
director's like, yo,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
give
just
him like
yeah, yeah,
ancient Chinese
just, yeah.
weapon.
Just hold on to
Pick
this shit.
up on the way here.
Yeah, it just happened. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm like, man,
Somebody
come
threw out
on,
the
bro.
trash. He put it out of
Like, what was the one? Jason was it Jason X that he was in space?
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
brought him
yeah.
back. So, did you watch that far in the
Oh,
in the
God,
things?
no,
So dig it.
I definitely stopped to it. At a certain point, I stopped.
Well, what had happened was that they turned him around, and because he was such a menace, he kept coming back to life or whatever. They sent him out into space. So now, many moons later, this other crew, another spaceship out there, they're salvagers, and they go and they find the thing, the spaceship that he was in, and he's all broken up in different, bodies falling apart, blah blah blah, rah rah rah. Nanobots come, they attach to him, and he ends up being like a super Jason. And now they're trying to kill him in freaking space, bro.
Right. Oh, it got
like
so
it got so. That's what I'm saying. It got crazy out there,
It was so bad.
Yeah, it was just too much. But Mike Myers, they brought it back.
Yeah.
They tried to bring it back to that horror
They
shit
did, but the last couple movies, I just
because they try to make it more story. Did you see the
They're trying to add more to
Rob
it.
Zombie versions?
I saw the first.
the first one I liked. The
See, I
second one I
liked
didn't
the
like.
first one. I thought the first one was done really
Yeah.
well. But then the second one it was okay. It
Yeah.
wasn't nowhere close to what the other one was. The story was kind of weird.
Right,
But,
right. Well, see now, what about
it's
you? You
hard.
think the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It was
Yeah.
weird.
was
Because
I understand he was trying to take his own artistic approach.
right, yeah, but it was just too much. Well, I mean, what about Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Because he redid that. And that one was kind of crazy. I was like, ooh. But that was also in, I'm going to say, the idea of The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, don't take those trips down those lonely desert roads into those little towns because this could happen. Like, it was like that kind of.
You know what?
No, I'm going to say.
Oh, you know what movie I like, though? And what's it? They're back.
Oh, yeah, that was Poltergeist.
Poltergeist, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I have exercised with demons.
See, now that's funny, bro.
Yeah.
No.
Because this house is clear.
Yeah.
That movie, I used to see that as a little kid all the time.
Yeah.
Freak me. The braces, the scene with the braces.
Yes.
There was so many.
I forgot about that.
Again, they took a lot of.
What? The Poltergeist?
With that movie. They went.
Yes.
Or the friggin' tequila worm.
Yes, dude.
When he vomits
that went
but that's
freaking
the
bananas.
second movie,
That
isn't
was the second or the third.
And the third, that's the second one. The third one is when they're in the
high rise.
The penthouse or whatever that is.
Listen, that was even spooky in itself because you're in a high rise now and there's nowhere to fucking go. Like, you know, you're upstairs, bro. You're stuck.
Right.
You can't go nowhere.
You know what? The creepiest is that old man. That old
dude,
the
come
pastor,
on, He was super.
Creepy,
yo, that gave me the chills, bro. Yeah, that old man was it? Yeah.
I just saw the most.
I thought you said you saw the old man. I'm like, what?
Disturbing movie with oh god, what the hell's his name? Anyway, it was called Legs, Long Legs. It's on
Daddy Long Legs.
No, Long Legs. It's with Nick. Who was the guy who was in
Full Metal Jacket?
No. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Anyway, I'll look it up. Anyway, there was this movie that was on. It was super demented on cable. I was watching it. I think it was called Long Legs. I'm gonna look it up right now. You guys continue your conversation.
Yeah.
I don't want to screw up.
What's his name? Not what's his name. The what movie you said?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, Nicolas Cage. No, I didn't see that. I didn't even see that.
Either.
Yeah, no. I haven't heard that one. There's just so many movies, man, that you just think about. Like I said, and it just depends on what you want to consider the horror movie, like the super slasher. Because there was Leprechaun.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Leprechaun was like a funny killer slasher movie.
There was a lot of humor in that.
Yeah, you know.
Long Legs. It's on, what's it on? Is it?
I don't know. Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Dude, this movie was super. It was about people who worship Satan and this police officer who's trying to figure out what's going on and all these crazy crimes are going on and murders and stuff.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Yeah, and Nicolas Cage. This is Nicolas Cage. Look at that.
No way. Dude, that's a way.
This movie was off the hook, disturbing.
Legs, it's called?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to watch it then.
Long Legs is what it's called.
Long Legs, okay.
Long Legs.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, check it out. Now I'm telling you, tell me what you think of it. Now, Justin, my stepson, he watched it. And I told him, yeah, I saw it, man. It was really creepy, weird. And usually I get into stuff, but he said, did you notice this? He found Easter eggs in the movie that I didn't notice.
Right.
I'm like, no, I didn't see that. No, I didn't see that. You know, I think I was more just like taken aback by the movie, by like, what am I watching right now?
Right.
It just messed with my head kind of thing. It was weird.
No shit. I'm going to have to watch it for Easter eggs. I'm going to have to talk to him when I see it.
There's so many different zombie movies that are classics. My favorite,
movies, yeah. Well, the original one, right?
Night of the Living Dead.
Which is black and white.
Right,
black and white.
The classic.
Right.
All the zombie
and it sucks
movies.
the way he dies at the end.
Right. So now the remake of that one was the one that they did at the mall because they had that group.
Was Return of, no, that was
something
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, something like that. Yeah, it was like the remake of like, you know, like with the crew trying to get to different places and, you know what I mean, everybody together.
If you get them all, you can get yourself hooked up in there. You're good,
man. Dude, listen.
But my favorite is Return of the Living Dead.
Yes.
That was where because they were intelligent.
Yeah. Right.
Zombies. I've probably talked about it on the show before, but that's my favorite thing is because like they could talk.
Mm-hmm.
And
remember that?
Send more cops.
Yeah.
Brains. More brains. By that time, you know.
I know. But you know, I liked it
now.
I know.
Well,
but I liked it because it was a little scarier because they can plot.
Right.
And they would like, and they would
run. Can they run fast now?
Yeah, they can run.
But wonderful.
World War Z, the zombies were running.
But I like the way they did it. The story was different. It wasn't the normal.
Yeah, and
because
that's
of how
exactly.
The way the story went, as far as you know, how it preyed on people and those who knew those who were sick.
Yes, that was so
wouldn't
fucking cool.
Go after.
Yeah.
It would only go after the ones that were healthy.
Yep.
Which was like, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
And I don't know if this would be considered a classic. It'll probably be one day, but the 28 days, 28 weeks later.
Yes, that was
those zombie movies were because they weren't really zombies. They were just like infected with this virus that made them
do the dumb shit.
Yeah,
eat people that go out
just like
become
crazy, like angry, and kill.
Yeah. That was crazy.
So they weren't really zombies, or they were, but they
we
were like rage zombies.
Yeah, because then it went away.
Yeah,
like it was just like then it just stopped.
Yeah.
No, that was kind of freaky. I took it more like vampire flick, honestly. You know, you know. But then even now too, vampire movies aren't even that kind of scary. You know, like you took what's the first one? Nesperado.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that one. You know that was a spooky one. You know, because of like and like the fingers and all that shit. So that was like that was a little bit out there. So that was that kind of scary back for then. You know, but now it's like you're thinking Blade now.
The thing with vampire movies is they like romanticized it.
It's so creepy.
The only one I think they really did well was the one with they made a series on FX. I forget what it was called. I actually had the book.
Yes, I read. I watched those.
They were just like these. Creatures.
They had the mouth opened up all crazy. Yeah, that was, and that's the thing too, though. That's the new thing for
making that like more of a zombie,
right? Yeah, like a zombie vampire shit.
Like
that was an outbreak. It was just an outbreak, and this is what they turned into and shit. Yeah, that was a good, bro. That was a pretty good one because that guy, he was in a couple of different other shows, and I felt bad because they stereotyped him to be that same kind of character.
But the cool thing about I can't remember what the name of it was.
Yeah, no,
the show, but the thing I loved about it was. Like I had the book, and like the book describes it so much differently. They like every time someone walks into a room where because they're like insects, and they don't have control of their bowels, so it would just smell like ammonia wherever they were. So you knew they were because they basically made the vampires like insects.
Right. They did.
Very hive-minded.
Yep. And then the guy, the main one
is controlling
everything and everybody. They had to try to get to him.
Telepathic.
Yeah, literally, it was insane. It was fucking fire.
And like he jumped bodies. He opened his mouth and just maggots and bugs filled into the other body, and then he took over the other body.
It was great, bro. It really was a well-made show. It was
sounds
really
like the
good.
boogeyman from what do you call it? That story, the boogeyman from Nightmare on Christmas. Because he had all the maggots and everything else. When I remember when he lost the thread, and
they probably got the idea. They're like,
maybe, right. You do that, listen, that was a good one, And
don't forget about Chucky.
Chucky, bro.
I was just watching the
Chucky.
Child's Play.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what, Chucky was probably one of the scariest shits when they first came out, because everything, and then they come out with Toy Story. So I don't know.
I had a friend. She used to date Andy. He lived in Maywood, New Jersey. I lived in Rochelle Park, the next town over. But he was the kid who played him.
That's awesome.
She dated him when he was a teenager.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's great, man. That's funny. She's mad now. It's like, we gotta,
What do you guys think of the movies like Psycho? Did you ever see that movie?
But now that's considered a thriller, though, right? That's not a horror flick.
It's a slasher movie.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't sure how they. I mean, like,
he had a split personality.
Well, no, I meant on what they did, like on the awards, the AMAs and stuff like that. I thought that was it was considered a thriller, like The Birds.
It's on the list. It's a slasher movie. Yeah, The Birds is a horror movie too.
Really, I didn't even know it was considered that.
That's a suspense film, but it's definitely.
What's the director's name?
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah. Hitchcock, right?
Yeah.
He was, and then you got the Mel Brooks version, high anxiety. Here's your paper. Here's your paper.
Dude.
And the ink is running down the drain.
Yeah. That's great, man. Yeah. That is funny. That is great.
I can't, that's where my mind goes.
Yeah, I see that straight to the
I something with it. I'm
yeah,
going to go with it.
yeah.
And in the 80s, they made sequels to the Psycho movies.
Right.
They
Yeah.
did. They added. They actually had the original actor come back, and they had him reprise the role, and they made a different, and then they just went crazy with him. Too.
Yeah.
It just got out of hand.
Yeah, because then they turned around and tried to make an origins show for him. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
You see, I was like, oh, Norman Bates. Norman!
That was crazy.
Yes, mama.
And then, I think the best part of that movie for me is when the psychiatrist at the end is explaining the whole split personality and how it worked with him. With him, he was his mother, and then it was him at the same time. And he was having that conversation.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, like, right down the middle, man.
Yeah.
That's serious shit right there. That's abuse right there for sure.
Now, I love Final Destinations.
Those are good.
I love
like
all the
of
Final.
them, though,
See, I
never drive behind a logging truck.
dude, who are you telling? I'm glad we live out here.
Every time I'm behind one of them, now, I get scared.
I'm about all of them. Yeah, nope. The roller coaster had the roller coaster. Yeah, the wheel came off of the roller coaster.
I try not to think of that when I go on.
Yeah, you see, no, but I talk about it. I'm like, I hope the wheels stay on. Like when that shit first came out, bro. Listen, we're on the roller coaster. My daughter's like, Dad, don't no. Like, yeah, hold on to the wheels. Yeah, to turn around now when they're doing all these little joke things. The people that work there and they checking all the belts or whatever, they'll drop a bolt or something or make something sound like it hit the bottom, so you could think that something broke. Like, yo, what was that? What was that? Yeah, and then
that's the ones that usually like they drop. It's
that too, yeah.
It's the drop one when they're like, hang out, your seatbelt's not on. And then they make them drop.
That one, that was funny.
When you hear them screaming on the way down.
Saw, sidebar on together, bro. I saw this one dude, people were going bungee jumping, and he gave the lady the end of it. He's like, yo, was this the end that we had to tie up? And he gets it to her. She's like, what? And he pushed her. And she's like, freaking bullshit.
That's messed up.
I was like, that is so wrong, man.
That's messed
so
up.
wrong.
Absolutely. Now, don't forget Scream.
But I see now, Scream is way groovy.
1996.
I wonder if he did that because the lady was
Wes Craven movie.
It was
She may have been,
nasty,
yeah.
like,
She probably was.
She was a bad customer.
I kicked her up.
Bad customer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but yeah, Scream. So
That's a Wes
was
Craven movie.
Yes. Now Wes
Which
Craven,
one?
he doesn't Scream.
Oh yeah.
See, now those were really fucking groovy, man. Because you know what? That was the first time I think that they did a tag team. That it was two dudes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That were the killers. And they switched up this way. Nobody knew it was them or whatever. And then they were whooping each other's ass.
Right.
Like they hit each other to make it say like, because like say.
Didn't they stab each other too?
Yeah, well, that was at the end of it. Yeah, he's like,
you
stabbed
me.
I'm dying, man. Oh, bro, those were great,
What makes you think? Who's thinking of this shit, man? Who's
listen,
up and just you know what? I got a good idea for a movie,
Yep.
or ready? A book, or whatever it might be.
So now think about this, okay? Here you have a dude that thinks like that, right? Man or woman, whatever, that have those, they're writing these movies, they're doing the stories.
They have that kind of imagination.
Think about M. Night Shyamalan, who has his daughter now. And his daughter's writing these freaking super crazy thriller flicks and whatnot. Yeah. Listen, M. Night Shyamalan, he's got some awesome movies, bro. Yeah. I haven't seen the daughter's flick yet. I'm not going to front, just like a year or two old already. But it's the same thing, like you said, with Wes Craven. It's that. What would just make you like bug out?
Right.
What, that's why I was asking about what it would be as a thriller. Is it considered a thriller? Because what was the one Last House on the Left?
Yes.
That was more like that thriller shit. You know what I mean? That was like, oh, they're coming. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it was that crazy. Jordan Peele. Now he's got all those movies out. Good. Yeah. So he's got Us. And that was insane. Get Out. I didn't get to see all of Get Out yet. Was that good? Did you see that?
Get Out, the first one?
Yes.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw it.
Get Out.
That was
spoiler alert. That's the one where they're like using their other people's bodies.
Right,
like
yes.
It's always black people. I don't know what they never explain that.
Yeah.
Like they were just targeting black people for some reason.
Yeah, that was it.
Wasn't it the fact that they were good health and they were all very strong and that was the whole purpose of it?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That was
Bro, listen, Jordan Peele is another one that he's at.
That movie was sick.
Dude, he's making crazy.
That movie,
yeah,
was not a big fan.
Yeah, no.
Only because it was that kind of mind thing. It was like,
right.
God,
Yeah, that mind
so
fuck.
bad.
It was there's no other way to put it. It's a mind fuck
horror
movie.
movies.
Yeah,
like you got to watch it. Like what?
Like
made you think?
Black Mirror is like that.
Yeah.
Black Mirror messes with your mind.
Yeah,
too.
Black
Sometimes
Mirror
I'm
was
like,
crazy.
I can't binge watch that show. It's
Yeah, no. That's one of those shows that you
use.
just
What show is that?
Black Mirror on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's an
Oh,
anthology
dude,
series.
you gotta watch it.
Just
Well,
like it's like Twilight Zone. It's like horror.
Yeah, horror Twilight Zone.
But like psychological.
Yeah,
horror
dude.
Twilight Zone.
Like, yeah, that's shit. You can't sleep. Like, you're gonna have to watch it early. I'm dead serious, bro. We're not even making fun of you. Like, I had to watch it earlier in the day. So this way it would give me time to like my brain to
So you
like
can adjust
decompress. Yeah, bro.
it's good.
It was like holy shit.
That's
I
crazy.
tried binge watching. I'm like,
Yeah, nah, bro. Not even close.
Some things will disturb you, man. You know what I mean? I remember like I always go back to this and I always say it. You've heard me say it in other podcasts. Evil Dead.
Yep.
Was
That's a
one of my
classic, yeah.
favorite and
Classic.
one of the movies that freaked me the F out when I
Right,
saw
right.
it, man. That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
It's not, even though it was corny
it's
and
not
it was
really-
It wasn't corny. It was
It's
great.
not really a horror movie, but at my video store that I used to go to, because I used to go to Mom and Pop, it was in the horror section, and that was Faces of Death.
oh yeah,
I fucking yo.
that
Did you
was
see
not
all of
really
them?
horror.
everybody.
Did
got
you
that.
see that?
Everybody got it.
Yo, dude. Faces of Death. Yeah, you said it's not horror. So what they've done, so those who don't
was like
know,
actual
it was
footage,
actual
yeah.
footage of
back
people
then was
dying.
whenever- yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
that's really,
Listen,
Yeah, it was
I had to.
disturbing,
I,
bro. It was very disturbing.
so I stopped after the third one.
Yeah,
only
I stopped after
because-
the first one, bro.
Nope,
I,
I
didn't even
watched.
bother.
I watched the first three. My
No,
bad.
you're out of your mind.
Yeah, because what it was that it was one thing when it was filmed like it was shit that was happening and they caught it.
Right.
It was another thing when they were actually there watching these people, like they were waiting
was
for them to
happening,
actually
yeah.
do it. Like now it was the new thing to,
Right.
roll while these people were dying
no,
like that. So that's why I stopped watching after 3
And then
because
with the monkey heads and the eating
nah,
the
but
brains
yeah.
and
So
all
now
that,
the
I'm
monkey
like,
head.
oh,
So nobody, if
God.
anybody's ever heard that too, is the monkey head that. People, it's a delicacy out somewhere
Somewhere in
overseas
another
somewhere. I
country.
can't remember where it was.
Yeah.
And they would have the monkey and they put him in the
this-
hole in the
and
table.
he's just spinning around,
and he's
because
got
his head stuck.
Yeah, he's
Just
like, and he's trying. It wasn't that the table was spinning. He was trying to get out because the top of the table locked around his neck,
Wonderful.
and they would hit him with that little hammer
Yes.
shit and just
That
knock
won't
him in the
give
head.
you- That will not screw you up for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
after seeing something like that.
Yeah. Faces of Death was serious, and then it was
was
funny
bad.
because the
It was
narrator
bad.
was in the morgue. So he's in the morgue and he's actually doing an autopsy while he's telling the stories. And then like, this next gentleman decided he wanted to take a leap off of whatever. He sounded just like a old school PSA thing. It was, listen, that movie, it was a documentary, whatever, Faces of Death. But you're a
Right.
dick, bro, because now I'm going to be thinking of Faces of
Yeah,
Death.
no,
you fucked me up now.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Faces
Thanks
of
for
Death
bringing
was
that up.
bananas.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks, Tom.
Okay, then you ever get something in your head. And
Yeah.
You're like, don't think about it.
Yeah, don't
Get
think
it
about it no
out,
more.
get
Don't think about it no
out.
more. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I'm not stopping at the gas station in Jersey on the way home, bro. I'm going straight home. I'm scared now.
Trying to
That's
think
awesome.
of other movies.
Dude, there was just so
I would have
many.
to say, for me, also like the movies like Alien,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so
Now, that
Alien
was-
was an official horror flick.
I feel
sci-fi
like that
horror.
was like the first of its kind.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was something else.
suspenseful
I'm
as
sure
well.
there were,
right? So
Yeah.
it's just-
Yeah.
There was there any other horror like science fiction?
yeah, a bunch of them.
But
A few
what?
of them.
Yeah.
Well, I know what
Oh.
I mean when I think science fiction. I'm thinking more space.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Right.
Actually, technically, well, The Fly came out after, right?
Right, but that
That's
wasn't a
science
space
fiction.
one. Right. That was a sci-fi horror, but it
But
wasn't
was
in
that-
space or
was
nothing like that.
Was that after, or was that? Well, there was
After.
an old, there was an old one too, wasn't there? Before Jeff
Thing.
Oh
Goldblum?
yeah, in black and white.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was a
yeah.
fly that was in black and white. That's right.
The
So
one with
Jeff
Jeff
Goldblum was a
Goldblum's
remake.
yeah.
Right.
I got
Yeah.
a whole list here.
Yeah. So the
For sure.
which
We'll
one
go
you
through it
said?
quick. So you got Alien 1979, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Then you have The Thing.
Now that with Kurt Russell.
Good movie.
That was on a couple of weeks ago.
Well,
I
just
saw
it
it.
the other, no, a couple of days ago.
A couple of days ago, was it? Yeah, my days are
At
messed
least
up.
it was
Sorry.
for me anyway.
Yeah, it may have been.
Event Horizon. That was
Bro,
a
that
good
was really
movie,
good.
man.
Yeah, Event Horizon was a
That
good one.
movie was mind fuck.
Yeah,
that movie
that was
for sure.
Yeah, it
no
was.
doubt about it.
Yeah,
The Fly,
The Fly always great.
The Terminator,
Yeah,
Justin.
You
You have to do it. You have to do it. Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Bro, was that not freaking awesome movie?
That was a crazy movie.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers was great. Yeah. Yep. You ever see the movie Scanners? I don't know if I've ever asked you guys that.
The one with the head
Scanners,
explodes.
yeah, the head explodes, whatever, because like,
Yeah, I remember that.
That was crazy. And I got pissed because when their heads blew up, the inside of their whole shit looked like a fucking pizza.
Yeah, I know.
When you took the cheese off.
I know, but that's what made it freaky.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't eat pizza for like 2 days, maybe.
Here's another one for you, Tom.
What?
Predator.
Yes.
Action-packed Predator.
You
It's
run
horror at its
ugly.
core.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
That's awesome.
Under the Skin. Do you guys remember that one? Under the Skin.
Under the Skin.
Unique, surreal take on sci-fi horror. This film stars Scarlett Johansson as an alien who preys. Oh man, yeah, I think I remember this. Men in Scotland. It's eerie atmosphere and unsettling themes of alienation and human consumption make it hauntingly memorable.
Never heard of it. Scarlett Johansson in it either? I don't remember that.
I don't remember that one. The Mist.
The Mist was fucking sweet, bro. That was a good
Now,
movie.
it's not on the list, but now we talk about The Mist. But remember back in the day, The Fog.
The Fog, yes. So that's right. Because The Fog, I was like, oh, this is like, and I thought that The Mist was going to be like The Fog. Did you ever see The Fog?
Yeah.
I saw it in the theater. I saw it in the movie theater.
I'm trying to figure out which one was
That was-
which. I'm getting confused.
So The Mist was the
Mist
one.
and which one was the Fog?
So The Mist was the one that the people were in a supermarket, and this heavy super mist comes rolling in, and it was these monsters
And then
in
they had
there.
these crazy monsters flying around and all that
Right.
shit.
So what it was is that it ended up being like there was a portal that was opened up between different planets or whatever.
You know what was good too, and that's obviously not a classic because it's only a few years old. Is Bird Box? I liked it.
Bird Box.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a.
was
that's the
that
new
was
one.
actually-
That was
very good
another
Yeah.
like creature that could kill. Like they were invisible. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, you could see them, and if you saw them, you went
You went
Yeah,
bananas.
yeah.
kill yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right,
slam
right.
your head off shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
wonderful.
or kill other people,
Yeah.
like just like run off
Yeah.
a bridge.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like
Wait, that was Bird Box. Oh
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
because
so
the happening was the
Sandra
same
Bullock.
thing.
It was Sandra Bullock.
so you couldn't look outside, you couldn't look out the
Right, because
window.
that's the way that they walked around with their
Yeah.
eyes covered.
Yeah.
Right,
And
because
then they wind up going. The place they wind up going to is
for blind
for
people.
blind people.
yeah, yeah. But the happening was kind of the same thing because the movie The Happening with Mark Wahlberg and John Leguizamo
Oh,
and a
yeah,
handful,
I remember
that when the breeze would come. That the people they got like whatever the pollen, it would affect certain people, and they would end up doing certain things. Like they were coming over this ridge, and there was a guy who had his zero turn mower. Oh snap, that was quick! His zero turn motor, he turned it on, rigged it, and then just lays down, and the mower comes like runs on over him and stuff
that's
like that. Yeah, it was great. But dude, that was quick. So
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so that's our
this was
time
a fun
today.
episode.
Yeah, we had fun with this.
We'll
stuff,
do this
bro.
again. We
Yep.
got a couple of episodes to do this month. So
Yeah.
being that we'll still be in the month of Halloween, we're going to do another episode.
Yeah.
You know.
So by the time we post it, it'll
Yeah,
still be
we'll do
Halloween.
another.
sure.
Yeah,
Alright,
we might.
so-
We gotta do. Yeah.
That
this
being
is
said,
fucking awesome. So thank you everybody for
always-
listening. Love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
And go vegan.
Holla.